the chosen one. This communication came at the ideal moment. You're not here by chance. Nothing in your life is by luck. This moment is confirmation of it. The cosmos, God, and divine powers have come together to provide you this insight. Because something remarkable is happening in your life. A change is going place. The energy surrounding you is shifting. And if you pay attention, you will see that love is approaching you in an unexpected, heavenly, and life-changing manner. However, this is not just any kind of love. This is not your typical, transient variety that comes and goes with the breeze. This love is strong, transforming, and predestined. It was inscribed into your soul's path long before you were aware of it. You've been on this journey all by yourself for so long, navigating difficulties, confronting spiritual warfare, enduring betrayals, and learning profound truths that most people would never comprehend. You've experienced what it's like to be unique, to be misunderstood, and to bear a burden that others cannot. Because of this, my love for you has never been easy. You've been picked for a greater purpose. Because of this, the love that enters your life must be unique. It must be meaningful. It must be congruent with your spiritual purpose. You were not kept unmarried or alone without cause. Your seclusion has been sacrosanct. It's been a preparation. Every pain, delay, and desire has led you here. And now the hour is approaching. The indicators are starting to show themselves. Many of you have experienced this. There's something in the air, a notion that something significant is going to change. You may not be able to articulate it, but deep inside your soul, you are becoming aware that a tremendous love, one intended for you, is approaching. Some of you have experienced persistent dreams, images, or sensations. Some of you have seen weird synchronicities with recurring numerals such as 7 or 3D. And if you have, understand that this is not a coincidence. These are confirmations. The cosmos is communicating to you. If this message speaks to your spirit, if you feel something stirring within you as you hear these words, I invite you to leave a remark. Right now, this is your method of connecting yourself with what is intended for you. The more you recognize the indicators, the more obvious they become. And while you're here, be sure to subscribe and touch the bell button because your spiritual journey is just beginning. There are some surprises in store for you in the next minutes, so be ready. We're going to look at the 5 indicators that unexpected love is likely to enter your life. These signs are not arbitrary. They are heavenly signals that guide you toward what has already been put in motion. But before we go into them, realize this. The love that is coming for you is not typical. Because you aren't ordinary. You are the chosen one. This love will not be based on shallow wants or fleeting attraction. It will be grounded in destiny. It will help you grow spiritually, emotionally, and cognitively. It will make you stronger, not weaker. It will provide clarity, not uncertainty. It will seem tranquil rather than frantic. Because love that is genuinely intended for you does not create devastation. It creates heavenly alignment. The world has taught you that love is a game, that it must be manipulated and pursued, or that it must be painful to be genuine. However, it is not the case for the selected one. The love that is coming to you does not want you to prove yourself, beg for attention, or lose yourself in the process. It is a love that will identify your soul the instant it comes into your life. And for some of you, the wait has been lengthy. You've questioned if love is genuinely intended for you. You've questioned whether your path would always be in loneliness. You've witnessed others discover love while you've stayed in the background, feeling as if the world has forgotten about you. But listen to me now. You've not been forgotten. Your love tale has been miraculously preserved because it is holy. And when it comes, everything will make perfect sense. Why? The delay was required. The cosmos is giving you signals. And if you've been paying closely, you'll see that the transition has already started. Some of you are already experiencing these symptoms, but you may not have recognized them for what they are. That is why this communication has reached you now, to alert you to what is happening, to prepare you for what's coming. Love is on the way, but before it comes, your spirit will get indications. Signs indicating you're ready. Signs that something is aligning outside your vision. Signs that your energy has changed and that heavenly powers are working behind the scenes to bring you and your intended companion together. This is not the time for uncertainty. This is not the time to inquire. This is a moment for trust. The signals will not be random or subtle. They'll be clear. They will be unmistakable, able. And at the conclusion of this message, you'll know if love is genuinely on its way to you. Prepare yourself. The chosen one. You're about to enter a new season, one of divine alignment and love. A season of destiny unfolds at the proper moment. Let us now discuss the spiritual essence of love for the chosen one. Love for the chosen one differs from that for others. You are set aside. Your path has been unique. Your difficulties have been greater, and your soul has been polished by the fire of experience. That implies the love intended for you cannot be ordinary. It's not just about camaraderie or romance. It is a heavenly link with a higher purpose in your spiritual path. Many chosen ones spend a long time alone before finding love. Some people have spent years wondering why their relationships never worked. Why do people come and go? And why, despite their great capacity for love, they often find themselves alone. However, this is not a penalty. It is preparedness. Your heart has been safeguarded because your love is precious. The world is filled with diversions, temptations, and romantic illusions that lead many people wrong. However, the ones you picked are not the same. You don't work at the regular level. You are being prepared for something higher. As a result, the love you attract must be compatible with your divine purpose. Anything less than that cannot survive. Many individuals settle for relationships that deplete them, distract them from their purpose, and fill their life with uncertainty rather than clarity. However, your soul rejects everything that does not match with the larger purpose for your existence. This explains why previous relationships may have ended unexpectedly. This is why some people couldn't remain. Regardless of how hard you tried, the universe has kept you from making connections that might have delayed your fate. The love that awaits you is not dependent on physical appeal alone. It is not founded on transient feelings or transitory enthusiasm. This love is built into your soul's contract. It is a celestial connection that will spiritually enhance both of you. It is a relationship that will awaken your soul even more, propelling you towards your fullest self, greatest mission, and ultimate destiny. You must realize that selected ones do not have the same experience with love as the rest of the world. The world teaches that love is a transaction, something to be exploited, pursued, or controlled. But for you, love is something far bigger. It's a spiritual force, an energy exchange, and a divine appointment. It cannot be pushed or hurried. It emerges at the ideal time. This is why so many of you have had to experience times of seclusion. Love is not kept from you. It has been saved for the appropriate time. The universe has been refining, educating, and sculpting you so that when the love that is meant for you comes, you are genuinely prepared to accept it. Some of you may have realized that your attitude about love is shifting. Perhaps you ever craved company to alleviate your loneliness. Perhaps you formerly felt that love included pursuing, persuading, or trying to make someone understand your value. But something has altered. You are starting to realize that the love destined for you will recognize you without hesitation. You no longer feel compelled to beg for love to prove yourself or to sacrifice your soul in order to be accepted. This indicates that you are uniting with the divine love that is on the way. Your soul is ascending to a higher frequency, and the love that is intended for you will meet you there. The chosen one. Your love story is not only about you. It's part of a larger divine plan. The new companion in your life will be more than simply someone to spend memories with. They will be a mirror for your soul. Someone who recognizes the depths of your soul. Someone who shares your enthusiasm and objective. This explains why you had to wait. This is why certain individuals were eliminated. This explains why love has felt different for you. You are receiving love that fulfills your larger purpose as well as your particular wants. When this love enters your life, it awakens something inside you. It will drive you to develop, expand, and evolve. Love will not hinder you from moving on. It will be a love that lifts you spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally. Many chosen ones have powerful relationships that seem like they were meant to be, only to have them fall apart. This is because not everyone can withstand your energy. Some relationships come into your life as lessons to teach, purify, and cleanse past karmic cycles, so that when the true one comes, you are completely prepared. Think about your past. Consider the partnerships that were promising but did not endure. Consider the people who put you to the test, tore you apart, and drove you to develop and heal. Every single one of these links had a purpose. They weren't failures. They were preparing. You have been molded by love and grief, isolation and self-discovery. And now the universe is connecting you with someone who is likewise prepared. This is the key. Both of you must be prepared. The love that comes into your life is reciprocal. It's not imbalanced. It is not a bond that drains you as you pour yourself into it. It is reciprocal, forceful, and profoundly spiritual. When this love comes, you will know. You will not question it since it will seem normal. You will not have to push it. It will flow. You will not need to persuade anybody of your value since they will recognize it immediately. And more than anything, this love will resonate with your soul. This is why it is critical to believe in the timing of your life. If love has not yet arrived, it is because something is still being prepared. Don't hurry the procedure. Don't settle out of impatience. Do not pursue anything that is not intended for you, because what is actually meant for you will naturally make its way to you. The chosen one, the love that is coming for you, is more than simply romance. It's a wonderful relationship. It's love with a purpose. Love gives healing, clarity, and spiritual progress. Love is inextricably linked to your purpose on this planet. And if you've seen the signals, felt the shift, or sensed the energy of change, brace yourself. The wait is almost over. The trip has brought you here for a purpose. Love is on its way, and it will be unlike anything you've experienced before. Now let us go deeper. If love is actually on its way, your soul will begin to exhibit certain signals. Signs indicating you're ready. Signs that divine timing is working flawlessly. Signs that what has been written for you is going to become a reality. Let us expose them. Sign number 1. You will experience profound inner serenity before heavenly love enters your life. Your spirit undergoes metamorphosis. The first and most strong symptom of unexpected love is a profound sense of inner calm. This is not your average tranquility. It is a spiritual realization, a change in your energy, a condition of being in which you no longer pursue, worry, or dread. It is a heavenly tranquility, a sign that you are ready to accept the love that is meant for you. For so long, you may have been restless, wondering why love has been delayed, why previous relationships ended the way they did, and why some individuals entered your life just to go. You may have faced misunderstanding, sadness, and frustration, yet all of it slips away without explanation. You wake up one day and realize you are no longer burdened by the past. The emotional weight you carried for so long has been lifted. You no longer worry about love. You are no longer looking for it, chasing after it, or feeling despotic about it. This is the first and most obvious clue that love is on its way, since love never comes when you are desperate. It comes in serenity when you are completely satisfied with yourself. When your pleasure is no longer reliant on whether or not someone is at your side, love emerges naturally. Many individuals assume that finding love takes work, seeking, and pursuing. However, for a selected one, the reality is different. Your love tale has already been written. It is already aligned in divine time. The only thing expected of you is preparedness, and genuine preparation is characterized by inner calm. When you experience this profound tranquility, it implies that your heart has truly opened. It indicates that you have healed from past wounds that were previously preventing love from entering. It indicates that the cosmos regards your energy as steady, complete, and aligned. Love isn't drawn to brokenness. It is drawn to completeness. And when you attain this condition of fullness within yourself, your destined companion will be pulled to you like a magnet. Consider how you felt in the past when you were still carrying scars from previous relationships. Perhaps you experienced anxiety, insecurity, or uncertainty. Perhaps you questioned your value, wondering whether love was actually intended for you. Perhaps you were in a cycle of overthinking, rehashing previous wounds, or clinging to relationships that were not intended for you. But now you feel liberated. You feel lighter. Something inside of you seems to have moved. even if you can't completely describe it. This item represents heavenly confirmation. It's your spirit admitting that everything is going as it should. You no longer feel compelled to push anything since you know that what is intended for you will arrive without difficulty. This is a strong indication that unexpected love is just around the corner. Another aspect of this inner serenity is that you no longer feel alone. This does not imply that you have lost your yearning for friendship, but rather that you have found perfect fulfillment in your own presence. Your isolation and you in delight. You like your own company. You've learned to love yourself in ways that no other partner ever could. As a result, you no longer vibrate at the frequency of shortage. You are vibrating with the vibration of heavenly riches. Many individuals attract the incorrect type of love because they are looking for someone to fill a gap within themselves. However, once you attain this degree of tranquility, you will no longer seek love in the void. You do not need a spouse to complete you since you are already entire. As a result, the love that enters your life will be pure, balanced, and harmonious. Another indicator of this serenity is that you no longer harbor grudges from the past. If you have been harmed before, you no longer linger on it. If a relationship ends abruptly, you no longer wonder why. You have accepted that everything transpired just as it was supposed to. You believe that whatever went was never intended to remain, and that whatever is coming will come at the right moment. You have developed a natural capacity for forgiveness. Not only should you forgive others, but also yourself. You no longer blame yourself for previous errors, for selecting the wrong people, or for things you didn't realize at the time. You recognize that everything was a lesson, a stepping stone that led you to something better. This is also reflected in the way you see relationships. You no longer worship love or see it as something that would improve your life. You understand that love is not about completeness, but about growth. You realize that a relationship isn't the final aim. It is a holy link that will enhance the road you are presently on. This mental adjustment is critical because it tells the universe that you are actually prepared. One of the most obvious affirmations of this in a work is when you begin to feel satisfied without external validation. You no longer need to be told that you are loved, appreciated, or deserving. You already know it. You hold yourselves differently. You exude confidence, not arrogance, but a calm, strong confidence that comes from understanding who you are and what you deserve. As a result, you will no longer settle. You cease engaging in relationships that exhaust you. You cease interacting with individuals that do not resonate with your spirit. You quit looking for love in areas that do not value your worth. Instead, you let what is actually intended for you come into your life spontaneously. This profound inner tranquility is not only a personal transformation, it's a spiritual and frequency shift. Your energy has been rebalanced. You no longer feel needy, attached, or insecure. Instead, you are vibrating with divine harmony. And when this occurs, you are meant to be a partner. Feels it as well. Even if you haven't met them yet, and you don't know who they are spiritually, they are already experiencing the transformation. They are pulled to you, just as you are drawn to them. The universe is preparing the proper conditions, time, and moment for your paths to intersect with the chosen one. If you've been experiencing a profound, unshakable tranquility, love is on its way. This isn't an illusion. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the first big indication that what has been planned for you is going to happen. As we go ahead, we will see other indications that prove this. When divine love approaches, the universe provides many signs to prepare, guide, and reassure you that you are in accord. The following sign is unexpected encounters and synchronicities. When love is close, the cosmos begins to weave strong patterns into your reality. Pay attention. Something extraordinary is going to occur. Sign number 2. Unexpected encounters and synchronicity. The chosen one. When love is about to enter your life, the universe starts to reshuffle everything around you. Paths intersect unexpectedly. Signs occur in ways that you cannot ignore. Synchronicities begin to develop in front of your eyes. These are not coincidences, since there are never coincidences when someone is selected. Everything is beautifully arranged. When love is close, the cosmos will begin to send you unmistakable indications. One of the first things you'll notice is that you're meeting people, places, and events that seem to lead you in the direction of something larger. These times seem bizarre but familiar, as if fate is arranging the pieces in your favor. You may find yourself running into the same people again, even in unexpected settings. You could hear someone utter a name many times, and it suddenly stays in your memory. You may feel compelled to visit a certain spot for no apparent reason, only to discover later that it had a role in guiding you to your true love. Pay attention. When love is close, the cosmos begins to move in ways that are too exact to be coincidence. You will notice and repeat angel numbers such as 5, as well as numbers that affirm alignment, change, and divine unity. You may even begin to see a variety of numbers such as or, which indicate the intersection of two pathways, the merging of two souls, or the connection between you and someone you have not yet met but are spiritually connected to. Finally, there are the dreams. The subconscious mind gets signals before the conscious mind does. Your soul will perceive love before it manifests itself physically. Many chosen ones begin to have vivid nightmares about someone they do not know but feel a strong connection to. These dreams might seem so genuine that they leave a mark on your spirit when you wake up. If you've been experiencing nightmares about someone you don't recognize but feel an indescribable affection for, it's an indication that this soul is already traveling toward you. Another tremendous synchronicity occurs in the physical sphere when allusions to love, soulmates, or divine connections become commonplace. A music appears suddenly, and the words speak straight to your heart. You overhear a discussion in which someone describes the precise form of love you have been looking for. A movie or book appears in your lap, echoing your own love story before it ever begins. These aren't accidents. The cosmos is preparing your spirit to see what's ahead. The chosen one. People around you may start speaking unusual things to you without recognizing it. They may speak prophetically into your life. You may hear someone remark, "I believe you're going to meet someone amazing," or "I'm not sure why, but I sense love coming your way." These moments are messages. The cosmos often talks through the lips of others, providing confirmation in seemingly random, yet wonderfully arranged ways. Another significant difference you may notice is seeing or hearing the same name frequently, a name that is suddenly emerging everywhere. It may be a name you've never considered before, but suddenly you're hearing it in discussions, reading it in books, or discovering it in unexpected places. This may be the name of the person you're going to meet, or a symbolic message associated with their presence. The cosmos communicates in strange ways, so if a name continues appearing, see it as a sign. Synchronicities may also take the shape of symbols or recurrent themes. You could start to notice things that remind you of love. Union and heavenly relationships occur more often. Doves and swans swim together. The number 2 appears often. All of these are signals of harmony, unity, and love in your life. Even the weather may seem to be reacting to your energy, such as rain, cleaning, spirit, or unexpected warmth. After a long, cold season, the arrival of butterflies or birds serves as a signal of metamorphosis. These are all spiritual signals that your life is turning toward love. Then there's the sense, the unshakable inner knowledge that something significant is going to occur. You have a feeling of eagerness, as if your spirit is awaiting something before your head can understand it. Your intuition becomes sharper. You may sense someone's presence before they physically arrive. It's as if their energy has already merged with yours, preparing both of you. For the time being, your paths have finally come together. When love approaches, your whole body responds. Your heart may begin beating at unexpected times. You may experience waves of warmth or tingling feelings in your chest, as if an unseen force is wrapping around you. This is because love is more than simply an emotional state. It's an energetic one. Your frequency is changing, and your body is reacting to the changes occurring inside and around you. You may also find yourself being drawn to new locations or activities without realizing why. For example, you may feel inspired to visit a new cafe, take an alternate route home, or attend an unexpected event. And when you do something major, you meet someone. You witness something that validates your instincts. A door unexpectedly opens. These nudges are heavenly direction, directing you toward your destiny. Love comes into your life. Hearing the same music again and over is another strong indicator of alignment. Have you ever noticed a music playing again and over in various locations? As if the cosmos is attempting to capture your attention. The lyrics might represent the love that is heading your way, the feelings you are going to feel, or even the name of the person you are supposed to meet. Songs are one of the most effective methods for the cosmos to communicate with us since they transcend words. It communicates straight to the soul, the chosen one. The more you detect these synchronicities, the stronger they get. The cosmos is testing your consciousness to determine whether you're paying attention. The more you recognize these indications, the clearer they will become. This is how you can align with divine timing. If you have been seeing repeated numbers, feeling attracted to specific areas, having nightmares about someone, or seeing unusual coincidences that seem too perfect to be accidental, know that love is on its way to you. This is not imagination. This isn't wishful thinking. This is your spirit detecting what is already occurring in the invisible world. Divine love does not appear in your life. It appears unexpectedly in the background, preparing both you and your intended companion for the moment of alignment. So, if these things have been occurring to you, prepare something. Life-changing events are about to occur. Your spirit recognizes it. The cosmos is confirming that, and your reality will soon reflect that. But before love comes, there is one more important indicator you should be aware of, one that is often overlooked. Love expresses itself not just via exterior indicators, but also through interior alterations. And one of the most reliable clues that love is on its way. When your soul is ready to embark on something new, an old love cycle comes to an end. The universe assures that your history will no longer keep you back. Old wounds start to heal, past ties dissolve, and emotional baggage is freed. Let's look at the next big indicator that love is on the road. Sign number 3 indicates that an old love cycle is coming to an end. The chosen one. Before divine love may enter your life, the past must be purged. The universe will not enable you to receive fresh benefits if you are still carrying old scars, attachments, and unfinished lessons. This is why the completion of an old love cycle is one of the most obvious indicators that unexpected love is on its way. For many of you, this cycle has been lengthy and hard. You may have suffered great heartache, betrayals, disappointments, or relationships that seemed meaningful but never completely aligned. You may have loved individuals who were incapable of loving you back, or you may have found yourself in relationships that depleted you more than they energized you. But suddenly, something changes. What used to weigh heavily on your heart no longer has the same impact on you, just as the agony that used to trigger you has faded. The memories that formerly held you trapped no longer seem like they have influence over your emotions. You begin to experience an emotional relief, as if a weight has been lifted from your spirit. This is the first indication that your previous love cycle is coming to an end. The cosmos is assisting you in letting go of what is no longer beneficial to you, making room for the love that is actually intended for you. You may wake up one day and decide you no longer want to check on someone from your past. You no longer replay previous discussions in your memory, wondering what went wrong. You no longer sense the lingering grief that formerly weighed you down. This emotional closure was not forced. It occurs naturally, and you'll know when it happens because you'll experience serenity rather than resentment. Instead of yearning for the past, you are excited for the future. You understand why things had to go the way they did. One of the most significant clues that an old cycle is coming to an end is when you stop attracting the same sort of person. Have you ever observed that you keep attracting identical energy, new faces, but the same patterns? Individuals who were emotionally unavailable. People who accepted more than they provided. People who were unprepared for the type of love you had inside you. But suddenly something has changed. You no longer resonate with the same energy. You are no longer lured to the same destructive loop. When a prior sort of relationship attempts to resurface in your life, you recognize it for what it is and no longer engage it. This demonstrates that your soul has moved beyond that pattern. You have learnt your lesson, and the cycle will no longer recur. Another profound transition occurs when individuals from your past resurface, but you no longer feel connected to them. It's almost as if the universe is testing you one last time, bringing old ties back to determine whether you're actually ready to move on. You may get a communication from someone who has already broken your heart. You may get an unexpected phone call from an ex or run into them after years of not communicating. But here's the difference. You're no longer attracted to them. You no longer sense a strong emotional draw. You understand the relationship no longer benefits you. Instead than feeling enticed to return, you have a sense of closure. You realize that what formerly seemed like everything to you is no longer in line with your soul. This is one of the most certain indicators that a new love is on the way. Because once you let go of the past, you can finally see the future. Many chosen ones have spiritual dreams or visions when an old love cycle comes to a close. You may have nightmares about saying farewell to someone, shutting a door, or walking away from a familiar location. These dreams are symbolic. They signal the end of a chapter in your romantic life. Pay heed if you've been experiencing nightmares about endings or letting go of someone from the past. It indicates that your soul is prepared for something new. Another significant alteration occurs in how you see love itself. In the past, love may have seemed like something that needed effort, sorrow, or sacrifice. You may have thought that love meant giving endlessly. Even if it was not returned, you could have taken less than you deserved, thinking that if you only loved harder, everything would change. But now you know better. You no longer romanticize the battle. You no longer think that love is supposed to hurt. You recognize that true love is serene, reciprocal, and divinely linked. This mentality adjustment is critical because it communicates to the universe that you are actually prepared. When this cycle is completed, your energy gets lighter. You begin to experience a strong sensation of rebirth. You feel motivated again. You feel like you're entering a new version of yourself, one that's smarter, stronger, and more aligned than ever before. And then something unexpected occurs. You start to notice new individuals entering your life. People have distinct energies. People who connect with a fresh version of you. You may meet someone who immediately seems familiar, as if you've known them before. You may have had a chat with a stranger that triggered something inside you. These are not accidents. They are indicators that your new love cycle has begun. Another huge indicator that your last cycle has ended is when you have no dread of the future. You are no longer yearning for love, nor are you frightened to be alone. You are content with whatever destiny has in store for you, trusting that it will come on time. This faith is a strong vibration that draws all that is destined for you, the selected one. If you felt this change, and you've recognized the past losing its hold on you, if you discovered closure without seeking it, if you've understood that the sort of love you used to have no longer fascinates you, you'll know this love is on its way. The cycle is complete, and the cosmos is preparing for something better. This is more than simply another connection. This isn't another lesson. This is the love that was always intended for you. And since you have closed the door on the past, developed beyond old habits, and healed, you are prepared. The cosmos does not eliminate things from your life for no cause. When something is taken away, something better is always offered in exchange. And for you, the better gift is love. Not just any love, but love that is consistent with your divine mission. A love that will uplift, change, and propel you to your utmost potential. If you've been experiencing this transition, if you've noticed the old drift away and new energy enter your life, brace yourself. The next stage of your love journey is about to begin. Signs are everywhere. The energy is shifting. You're entering a new season, and love is waiting for you on the other side. Now let's go. If love is actually on its way, there is another sign that will prove it without a doubt. Your intuition is becoming stronger than ever. When heavenly love is approaching, your soul starts to feel it before it comes. Let's discover the next significant sign together. Sign number 4. Your intuition is as keen as ever. The chosen one. When heavenly love is around, your soul senses it before your head does, before your intended mate comes, before you really meet them. Your intuition starts to grow in ways you can't ignore. Your spirit detects the transformation, making this one of the most potent indicators that love is on its way. Before anything appears in the actual world, The divine speaks directly via your intuition. It is how God, the cosmos, and your higher self interact with you. And when love is on the way, this inner voice becomes stronger, sharper, and more unmistakable. You start experiencing things without a rational reason. Yet, deep down, you know that something significant is going to occur. Have you lately experienced an unusual sensation of anticipation? As if something is changing in your life, but you can't put it into words. Do you get up in the morning with the sensation that something is about to change? Have you sensed a fresh, thrilling vibe about you? Your spirit is preparing you for the love that is about to enter your life. One of the most obvious signals that your intuition is developing is a profound knowledge without proof. You begin to suspect that love is approaching, even if there is nothing observable in your present reality to corroborate it. You may not have encountered anybody new. You may not be in a relationship, but something within you senses that your love story is about to begin. This isn't wishful thinking. This is heavenly preparation. You may also get vivid and spiritual messages that direct you toward love. Your subconscious mind becomes a conduit for heavenly communication, offering hints about what is to come. You can have a dream about meeting someone, seeing their faces, feeling their presence before they come into your life. Some chosen ones have prophetic dreams in which they see exactly when they will meet their intended companion, before it really occurs. Have you been waking up with nightmares that seem more real than reality? Have you encountered recurrent symbols of love, such as dove weddings or two roads merging into one? These are divine signals that affirm your soul's alignment with a tremendous relationship. Your intuition might sometimes appear as unexpected emotional upheavals. One minute, you are entirely at ease with being single. Then, a profound flood of loving energy sweeps over you, as if your soul senses your partner's presence before they arrive. You may find yourself experiencing emotions that are not your own, or perceiving someone else's energy even if you cannot see them. This occurs because love is more than simply a physical encounter. It represents a spiritual frequency change. Before your soulmate enters into your life, your souls begin to vibrate on an energy level. You start to sense them before you meet them. Despite the fact that they have not yet entered the actual world, their presence becomes known. Seeing repeated numbers and synchronicities is another strong indicator that your intuition is strengthening. Everywhere you glance at the clock you see numbers representing spiritual harmony and heavenly connections. You stumble upon sentences that reinforce what your heart already understands. You hear songs that appear to express precisely how you are feeling, as if the universe is sending you messages via music. These signals are not coincidental. They demonstrate that your spirit is tuned in. Your frequency is altering. You are in tune with what is going to happen in your life. Your intuitive talents may also become more sensitive. You may discover that you have a better sense of people's energy. You know when someone is thinking about you. You experience intense feelings, as if your spiritual vision has grown. This is because your heart is prepared to recognize and accept the love that is meant for you. Feeling an unexplainable affinity to specific locations or events is another strong indication that love is around. Have you ever been compelled to visit a certain spot without knowing why? Do you want to try something new, go out of your comfort zone, and experience a new environment? These nudges represent heavenly counsel. Your intuition is directing you to the right location at the right time, allowing the ideal opportunity to emerge. Many individuals find their intended spouses by following their instincts and entering seemingly random circumstances that are truly divinely designed. Your intuition might put your patience to the test. You may have a strong feeling that love is on its way, but there are no instant effects. This is because the spiritual world functions on divine time. Your intuition is telling you what's coming, but you have to trust the process. This is why it is crucial to be open and responsive. If your intuition tells you that love is on its way, believe it, just because you can't see it yet. Faith is essential. You must walk in love's energy before it comes. A chosen one's love story is never typical. It's not hurried. It is not forced either. It unfolds with precision, purpose, and divine harmony. That is why your intuition is heightened. You are on the verge of something amazing. Have you also noticed that your standards have shifted? This is another method your intuition has communicated in the past. You may have previously accepted partnerships that were not compatible with your soul, but your spirit now rejects everything that is not appropriate for you. You're no longer interested in superficial relationships. You no longer engage in useless relationships. Your heart has become discriminating, not because you are cutting yourself off, but because you are looking for what is actually intended for you. The chosen one. If your intuition has been stronger than ever, and you have an unshakable sensation that love is close, then believe it. Your spirit isn't lying to you. The cosmos does not play games with you. What you're experiencing is genuine. Something is changing in your life. Love is harmonizing with your destiny. This is why you need to listen to your inner voice. It will direct you precisely where you need to go. Your intuition is your most valuable asset, and it's calling to you louder than ever before. Pay attention. Follow the signs. Believe in what your soul is teaching you, because love is not something you just discover. It's something that finds you when the timing is perfect. And now we've picked one. Let's go deeper. There is one last hint that love is on its way. A metamorphosis of oneself. Before divine love comes, you'll realize that a new version of yourself is developing. This is more than simply meeting someone new. It is about taking on a new identity, one that is totally prepared for the love that is meant for you. Let's find the last clue that your love tale is ready to begin. Sign number 5. A new version of yourself is developing. Before heavenly love enters your life, choose one. You will experience a metamorphosis. You will not be the same. The previous version of yourself. The person who yearned for love, questioned their situation, and accepted less than they deserved is no longer with us. A new version of yourself is forming, totally equipped for the love that is meant for you. This is one of the most obvious indicators that love is on its way. The cosmos does not send divine connections to those who are not prepared. It does not leave strong connections in the hands of people who are still bound by the past, living in fear or questioning their value. Instead, it prepares, molds, and lifts you to a higher level so that when love comes, you do not ruin it. Have you noticed that you are feeling different lately? Your ideas, passions, and energies are all altering. Things that formerly disturbed you no longer have the same impact. Situations that used to irritate you are no longer bothersome. You are becoming a better version of yourself, which is evidence that love is close at hand. One of the most dramatic symptoms of this shift is that you are no longer looking for love. You no longer feel the need to look for it, beg for it, or push relationships that aren't right for you. You have become love itself, emanating an aura that naturally draws what is destined for you. You believe in divine timing. You believe that whatever is yours will always find its way. This new version of you prioritizes calm over turmoil. In the past, you may have endured toxic behavior, remained in draining relationships, or allowed yourself to get confused. But now you understand that love isn't intended to be chaotic. You refuse to undertake anything that does not provide you clarity, peace, and mutual respect. Your standards have raised not out of arrogance, but from a strong sense of self-worth. You no longer lower your standards to satisfy others. You will no longer accept less merely to feel desired. You've accepted that the proper love will meet you precisely where you are, without forcing you to shrink. This change is evident in your behaviors and lifestyle. You're no longer interested in things that don't help you progress. You may have lost interest in gossip, useless diversions, and shallow connections. Instead, you want substance, sincerity, and a strong spiritual connection. You are attracted to locations, events, and people who are compatible with your greater self. Another significant transformation occurs in your energy and look. When you are about to meet your heavenly companion, you shine differently. People start to notice a different vibe surrounding you. You exude confidence, pleasure, and inner tranquility, which attracts people to you. Even if you haven't made any substantial changes, you could get surprise remarks on how different you appear. This is because your energy is transforming and your outside environment is starting to mirror your inner metamorphosis. The chosen one. Another indisputable indication that a new version of yourself is growing is that you are truly satisfied on your own. You don't feel lonely. You don't feel desperate for love, and you don't feel like you're missing anything. Instead, you feel entire. You're content with your current situation in life, knowing that everything is going just like it should. This degree of self-love and fulfillment is what brings divine love into your life. Because love does not imply completeness. It is about full beings working together to achieve something strong. And now you're entire. You've been healed. You have let go of the past. You have embraced your heavenly energy. And now you may finally receive the love that was intended for you. Another tremendous indication that you are transitioning into a new form of yourself. Is it possible that your future vision has changed? Previously, you may have settled for tiny aspirations, believing that you had to take whatever came your way, but today you view yourself differently. You imagine a love that is strong, powerful, and in line with your mission. You are no longer willing to spend time with diversions. You're ready for something genuine. This new version of yourself is also courageous. You no longer experience fear, love, rejection, or you no longer let past anguish determine your future. You are approaching this new season with trust rather than dread. Instead of doubting, place your trust. As a result, love is approaching you more quickly than ever before. The ultimate and most clear evidence that a new version of yourself is growing is that you feel ready, not only in the worldly sense, but spiritually ready. Your heart feels open, your intellect is clear, and your energy is balanced. You know that the next person you love will be unlike the ones before. You know that the following chapter will be different. You know you're going to have an exceptional experience. The chosen one. This is the confirmation you've been waiting for. If you've been sensing a transition inside yourself, seeing changes in your soul, know that love is on its way. The version of yourself who previously accepted less is no longer present. You no longer question yourself. The version of you that questioned if love was intended for you is no longer present. You are entering a new era in your life, one in which love is not something you pursue. It is something that is inherently compatible with you, one in which you do not have to push or beg, but rather accept what is already yours. This adventure has brought you to this point. Everything you've gone through, every lesson, every pain, every delay, it was all part of the preparation. Since the love you are receiving is not ordinary. It's wonderful. It's made for you. It's part of your destiny. And now you're ready. The chosen one. If this message struck a chord with you, you may be experiencing a spiritual transition. Comment here and let the world know you're ready to accept what's intended for you. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, tap the bell symbol to ensure that you never miss the spiritual direction that will take you along your heavenly path. Love is closer than you realize. Stay open, aligned, and prepared because something life-changing is going to happen. Call to action. Choose one. This message has struck a chord with your spirit for a reason. You were supposed to hear this today. The cosmos is communicating to you, confirming that love is aligned with divine timing. If you are experiencing this transition in your life, if you have a strong feeling that something significant is about to happen, comment here to confirm that you are ready to accept what is intended for you. In case you haven't already, subscribe and touch the bell button to ensure that you never miss out on the spiritual teachings that will lead you throughout this path. You are entering a new season in which love is not something you seek, but rather something that naturally finds you since it has always been yours. This is your time. This is your moment. Everything is going as it should. Stay open, aligned, and trustworthy. What is destined for you is already on the way. Now let us begin our trip together. Subscribe, comment 7 times 7, and brace yourself for love is on its way, and it will be more than you could have dreamed.